Welcome everybody to Apex Investor, my new channel. Today is February the 22nd, 2021. The highest volume stock today, that award goes to HCMC with over 3.92 billion volume today, and they're up 8.57%. So there's a lot of good things in the future for that one. So here at Apex Investor, what we do is we buy stocks at the lowest of the low, and we sell them at the highest of the high. So we're going to start something new here. And this is where we're actually looking at stocks that are setting new lows or close to the new lows. And we see potential there. We see that the volume is pretty good. And in terms of this stock, it's called Just Energy Group. They hit a new low today. The 52-week was 427 to $34. Their volume was 15 million today. And you can see that they set a new low at 396. They were down overall 31%. And they're a Canadian company to do with energy. So let me just pause and take a look at this on Webull. Okay, never mind. So if we look at the insider ownership, it's almost 10%. Institutional ownership is pretty good at almost 18%. So there is money in here. And we can see their market cap is 190 million. We can also see that their earnings was just recently. So most likely this this drop is related to that. You can see the shares floating is 44 million, and the short float is 1.74%. Short ratio is pretty low, so that's not very good. It's not a good indicator. However, everything else is good. The RSI is showing that it's closer to oversold. It's being oversold. Obviously, there's a big panic going on in this stock. People are just jumping ship. And with a day like they had today, they're minus 31%, reaching a new all-time low. I don't think anyone wants to stay in this stock, so they're jumping ship. There's panic. I smell blood. This is a apex investor kind of trade. So we see here, watch list for tomorrow's or some of the comments. People are saying that yeah, it's time to jump ship. Pretty much, it's what they're saying. This is something that is pretty historic, I guess, for this company in particular. I should probably unwatch this. People are just afraid of what's going on with this company, with this stock. So let me look at Webull. I've got Webull now. Here it is. Let it open there. You can see Just Energy again. Looking at, this is the daily chart. So today they finished at a new low. Looking at the 5-day, you can see it just really collapsed from about $6 not too long ago, just a couple of days ago, 3 days ago. Looking at the monthly chart for Just Energy, again, just a collapse. So this is, if I was in this stock and I bought here, yeah, obviously I'd be hanging myself or something. It'd be very, well, not literally, you know what I mean, like very depressed anyhow. And you can see people probably thought, hey, support is $6. So people probably bought here and they saw it collapsing and collapsing. They said, you know what, the heck with it, let's just burn the boats. And so that's the 3-month. Look at the 6-month. You can see here, hey, the support is probably $4, right? And look, it just crashed through the support. So we could see this jump up potentially to be conservative. I'm going to say, hold on a sec. Where are we right now? We're at $4. Okay, so it closed at $4. So we could possibly see this jump up to at least 5. There's an opportunity right here. This could go up to at least 5, and that's for being very conservative. For being overly optimistic, maybe 6 and 7. But for it to go back to $8 range, that could be a double your money kind of event. So I'm going to buy some shares tomorrow of this, just to see if this is working, if this will work, this Apex investor strategy. And I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. So let's look at the 1 year. You can see again, the 52-week high was $34, and now you're getting it for pretty much almost 10% of what it was worth. back then. Let's look at the 5-year just to get a bigger macroscopic picture of what we're getting into. You can see, I don't know if it went through many splits, but it was valued at over $100 at that point. Now we're getting it for $4. So, I mean, looking here, that's when it opened. We started trading back in 2009-ish. You can see that it was around $5, less about $5. Now we're getting it for less than that. It just exploded to 500 and so on. But again, there might have been splits. Most likely that's the case. So it gives us a better picture of this stock is actually a good stock. It isn't some flash in the pan. It isn't a pump and dump. So I think I'm going to end my discussion on Just Energy there. This is a Canadian stock. I'm not sure which stock exchange it is listed on. I'll have to look that up and see if it is trading on the NASDAQ or not. Let's just take a quick look. So JE, let's see if it shows up in the Yahoo Finance. Here it is, Just Energy. So it's on the New York. It is on the NYK. Let that load. It is Just Energy. So it is on the NASDAQ. And you can see right away after hours it's going up. So it's not exactly a ghost town. People are not, although people have jumped ship. Once it goes to its all-time low, I mean, it can either go bankrupt, and that's the risk, or it can go up. And knowing what we know about the stock with all the volume, with institutional investors, and looking at the history of the company, you know, it didn't just appear out of nowhere like all of these Chinese companies are just jumping in and trying to pump and dump. This company's been around for at least 10 years, so we can have a little bit of confidence that it won't just disappear overnight. And again, let's just look at the 6 month. It gives us a better indicator that, yeah, over the last 6 months, this is an all-time low. So it can only go up from here or hit maybe new lows. But to be honest, I don't see that happening. It broke support, so it can only go up. That's the way stocks behave. So for this to potentially go to $4 or $5 is a good thing. So I'm going to be picking up some shares on this. So just to maximize my money, I have to get at least maybe 20 shares. That makes sense. About 20 shares or so. How much would let's see, if it goes up $1 to $5, $6, buying about let's see, 25 shares. 25 shares worth times $1, that would be about $25. And I'll make back the commission. So anyway, it's interesting. It's an interesting experiment. We'll see how it goes. Maybe it'll go back to $6. So yeah, good luck to all whoever invests in this. I'll be buying some tomorrow morning for JE Just Energy Group. So we're going to look now at the meme stocks. Let's look at the meme stocks only and see who are the biggest winners, biggest losers. All right, so here's the GameStop, Reddit, meme stocks, as they call them in the media. You can see it's been a pretty red day for a lot of stocks today. In terms of change, I don't know if I can order it by change, but Cayman saw a pretty significant hit, 15% drop. Whammy, UAMY, went down 17.82%. That's a good stock, but it took a significant hit today. For the Earth, went down minus 22%, and that has a lot of volume, 895 million. AMC was up 15%. So that's why my portfolio was up today, because this was up 15%. GameStop too, 13%. So you can see this might be the tide turning for both of those. Okay, so we're going to look at Wall Street Bets now. Okay, so besides the news from yesterday about all the shorts, actually the reality of the shorts in terms of GameStop and AMC, that there still exists many shorts, short positions, and they're hiding the short positions in the ETF called XRT. They're still doing that. On top of that, we have good news that AMC is going to reopen theaters in New York, specifically New York City. So that's why a lot of the stocks were going up, specifically AMC. But GameStop also went up, and it's not, it's not related. It can't be related to theaters because they're not in the same industry. One's video games, one's movie theaters. And then we see GameStop correction of 60,000 shares on the buy side, and that's pushing up its price as well. Okay, I'm gonna give a pause now. So it's looking like New York City is going to reopen at 25% capacity. Okay, pause again. Okay, so Roblox, the game Roblox is going to be trading on March 10th. That's going to be interesting. I don't know if that's a joke, but a platform where kids hang out and build their own games. Okay, it's not a game, it's a platform. So that's interesting. Okay, here's a link, direct listing. That's going to be very interesting. This could be kind of big. It is backed by children, and when children back something in terms of movies and video games, and this is in video games, obviously, this might actually be pretty big. Who knows how expensive this will become? I mean, kids don't have money per se, but their parents do. So let's look at this article, Wall Street Journal. You're going to begin trading March 10th. Direct listing comes after video game company delayed the IPO late last year and recast financial reports in response to the SEC. So they announced they raised more than $500 million at a valuation of 29.5 billion, and it's looking like they're going to be around 45 per share, according to what Reddit was saying. It's looking like it's going to be 45 per share, so that's going to be, man, this might be pretty big. This is the year of the meme stock, pretty much. This might be the next GameStop when you think about it. I don't know. I'm just gonna sit and watch. I don't think that's something I want to risk my money on. I'd rather risk my money on that JE, Just Energy, where it's at the all-time low. For this, I mean, you know what? It has a lot of potential. I think there's going to be a lot of money potentially made from the stock, but I don't know. I just find it a little. I don't know. I find it a little like a fad. So we'll see. I don't see how it's going to be backed by children, but I don't know. Anything's possible. I mean, Twitter, Facebook have stocks, and Roblox could be along those lines. Maybe like a social media aspect of children's that would interest children. Well, CCIV took a big hit today, especially aftermarket. After hours, it went down 30%. So that's only going to go up. This is going to hit $100. It's just being manipulated right now. It will eventually get to triple digits. It's just a matter of patience. So that's going to take a while. I don't know how long, but we'll see. Okay, I'm going to pause again. Open some tabs up. This new WallStreetBets.with. Okay, so yeah, mark this day and time. CCIV is at 52.94. After hours, I believe it's at 40. It's at 40. Doesn't show up on Yahoo Finance, but it shows up on the app for some reason. So you just read it out. It's a multiple number. Maybe I'll put it in Weibo. It's like a Weibo. Weibo. CCIV. CCIV. Should be around $40.01. as you can see, this incredible buildup here. So it could only go down from there. And I chased the stock, and not out of fear, like fear of missing out and irrational fear, irrational FOMO. It was justified because they're doing a merger. And this is going to be the next Tesla. It's pretty much it. And after hours, you can see $40. And yeah, it's going to bounce back. We'll see it go to triple digits eventually. It's just a matter of time. Because the deal is pretty much done. It is finalized. It's just a matter of releasing the cars now and getting the sales and hype and all that. So we can see that very much getting to triple digits in the near future, possibly even by the end of the year. Okay, and I'm going to go to RGME, and then I can stream the video. So this is my first video on my new channel, Apex Investor. So please like, please subscribe. This is my dedicated channel to the stock market, to trading, to extreme long-term investment trading. Although with Just Energy, I don't know if that'll be such a long-term play, but I want to buy at some the very lowest price and then trade it, getting some profits I can build and continue doing this. So here we go. Why I need to squeeze, right? Let me just pause it and find some good posts. Okay, so breaking development with Chamath Palihapitiya. So when he said yesterday he's going to do this, he clarified. Someone asked him a question or added detail, basically commented on what he said, and he said, okay, when Chamath says he's going to do this, what I hear is he's going to help thousands of people get a little closer to realizing their dreams. And he says, you're right. Wow, so this is most likely related to GameStop. And we could see maybe he was doing something today just to test out the waters. And you know what, it worked, because we're at a probably a high, the highest price we've had for maybe a week or 2 weeks. And it says I just watched someone buy 106,000 shares of GME at $46 for a total of $4.8 million. So who says we don't have big backing? That might have been Chamath, I don't know. Okay, why is our community buzzing right now? Okay, let me just pause it and then read these out. Another breaking development. Why is there a 94 million share buy order for GameStop at $46? And AMC has a large buy order in as well. So wow, something really happened on Monday, or earlier today. That is really big. Okay. Price target DD. Guess it'll be the last one to open. Right now I'm loading about 8 tabs. Pause it at one load. We like this dunk. We love this dunk. GameStop to the moon. Just want to say that while it loads. So thank you very much for all your support. This is my first video. I have 0 subscribers, but that can only go up, just like Just Energy at the all-time low. So I very much appreciate everybody's comments, their likes, and their subscriptions. Thank you very much for supporting this channel. I'm going to keep doing this every day as long as I have opportunity, as long as I'm alive, pretty much, as long as I can. So here we go, trying to help people with their trades. Why is there a 94 million share buy order in GameStop at $46? That's a good question. Let that load. I need the squeeze. This is something hedgies will never understand. I'm not looking to add millions to my wealth. I'm not looking for another car or a yacht or a third house. I'm looking to be able to provide for my family. And I think that's what a lot of us just want to do, survive and provide for our family. My money won't go to an offshore account. It'll be getting to my dog's teeth fixed. It won't go to Lamborghini. It'll go to finding a reliable, safe and reliable house for my daughter to live in. I don't want millions. I just want to be comfortable enough that getting COVID won't bankrupt us. Taking a personal day won't have us evicted. They're so out of touch with reality that the amount on money I stress over every month would be the equivalent of dropping a quarter for them. So I'll hold on to my 7 shares, even if they drop to nothing. And when we go to the moon, I'll use that to make our lives and the lives of people we love, heck, even strangers, a little better. That's something they'll never understand. Hold, edit, all you retards. Are going to make me cry. This is the power we hold. This is the community. This is what they'll never understand and never have. Together, we are strong apes, and we will raise each other up instead of trampling on each other to get ahead. This is a movement, and it is beautiful. I love you all from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you. My daughter has some pretty incredible honorary aunties and uncles to look up to. That's a beautiful thing. Added two, someone suggested perhaps when all this is said and done, we create a charity, one that we could trust to put our money into, actually doing good in the world, run by Diamond Hands. Is that something people may be interested in? And I would say yeah, but it just depends on who's running it, who's really overseeing it, and aren't really be delivering the funds, and how do we know which causes we want to contribute to? So that's an interesting post. Thank you for that. Next post. Ladies and gentlemen, we did it. For the first time in a long time, GameStop stayed above its previous closing price all day. The end is near. So you can see, yeah, $46, and it was up 13%. Um, that's great. It's really good. So that's a sign of good things to come. We'll see where it goes from here in the next weeks and months. I like to think the reason the rest of the market is down right now is because the hedgies are having to sell their long positions to get the cash together in order to cover their GameStop shorts this week, and that makes sense. Okay, next one. This is V. That says V. It's not. It's not related to stocks. Anyway, let's pause again. I feel like anyone with half a brain can read Reddit posts. Anyone with half a brain could download Webull or go to Van. What did I go to? Van. I can't remember the name of the site. Anyway, look up the lowest all-time lows and look at that. But I guess it does take a little bit of know-how to really understand technical analysis in terms of proper support, proper resistance. Because yeah, there are Fibonacci, things like that, and all these different formulas and different ways to understand a chart and technical analysis. However, I throw that out the window because look at finviz.com, that's the site, but I throw that all out the window because now that that's not helpful. They are guidelines, but they aren't absolutely uh, correct every single time. They're not 100% right every time. They're not a guarantee. It's only a guideline for you to make an informed decision, an educated guess. Um, I mean, as Trade on Trades Trades says often that uh, what technical analysis as important as that is, it is trumped by other factors such as news, such as volume, such as other things that are outside of the numbers, and we have to take that into account. So that's why I say when we look at support, when we look at resistance, we have to be very careful and make sure that we're not being short-sighted. We're not just going by, this is support and it has to be support. No, I mean we saw with JE with Just Energy that they broke what was thought as support and they went to an all-time low. So a new low. So anyway, that's why I throw it out the book, and that's what we do here at Apex Investor. I'm not just an Apex Investor myself. I want you to be one as well. So buy low, sell high. What would Warren Buffett do? He would buy low when people are jumping ship and they're burning the boats when they're panicking, like with JE, and he'd hold on to it. He'd sell it when it's really high or much higher anyway. So this is another post. You thought Chamath was done. So again, was he the 13 million whale? And you know what? Might have been. We'll see. We'll see about that. Next post is Fidelity. Fidelity. Okay, Fidelity GameStop shortable shares. Call Fidelity, hard to borrow. Last night the shortable shares showed something around 300,000, I believe, but today it says to call them. Oh, shortable shares. Call Fidelity, hard to borrow. Oh no. Oh man, they're in such deep doo-doo right now. I have no pity at all. Man. Oh, go to XRT. It's a great thread, man. This needs to be upvoted and viewed by the masses. This is an extremely good sign for us. Yep, it is. They're panicking. Oh man, that's hilarious. I love this place. I love Reddit. Specifically GME here. Man, this is the first day that hasn't given a number of shares available because they're covering it up. They're lying. They don't want to put out a false number. Maybe they could, but they said, you know what? It's probably just too ridiculous at this point. Just call Fidelity. It's too much. We can't even handle what's going on right now. Okay, I watched somebody buy 106,000 shares, and again, we believe it's Jamal, but it could be anybody. Maybe Jamal will buy more than that. Maybe he's just testing the waters. Maybe he'll buy another 100 million tomorrow. I don't know. Whoever that is, thank you very much. Yeah, we're gonna see volume just accumulate and accumulate. This could be the tide turning. We'll see tomorrow. We'll see in the following week and month. We'll see what happens by March, and April and May and June. Why is our community buzzing right now? Why you should be too. This ain't supposed to be easy. Changing the game is always messy. Mark Cuban, read for the love of Islam. Thank you all. The evidence today is they can lie, cheat, and manipulate, but we will hold for tendies, profits, expensive profits. So XRT is an ETF. More DD, open letter to the board of directors. Mark Cuban, motivational words. Can the little guy prevail? Absolutely. How XRT is being used. Analysis and why the hedge funds didn't reposition. If you have yet to sign our letter to the board of directors, please see the attached links. GameStop shareholders sign an open letter to the board of directors, and that's for them to do some actions in terms of getting the shorts, kicking their butts out of here. We are a community of like-minded individuals. We're not financial advisors. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Let me just put a warning. I'm not a financial advisor. As you can see below, that's our new logo. That's our logo. I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. And what would Warren Buffett do? He would buy low and sell high. Bet your body weight. Oh, what's going on here? What's it doing that? Okay, I'm not doing that. Share screen. Takes a little. Hope I didn't lose what I just did, but okay. Let's continue with this last post here. It says, until we reach $800, it is the gamma squeeze. If the price goes higher than 800, we will enter the real short squeeze. If you sell before 800, you are truly redarted. Let me just pause for a moment. Okay, so I just enabled professional recording. So hopefully this sounds a lot more professional, like a podcast, not like the usual where it's a little louder, but it doesn't sound like I'm using a Shure microphone, which this is, by the way. So it says here, do you want to be redarted? Sell in the gamma squeeze. If you want to be an ape, do not even consider selling before $800. After that, we'll go to the moon, where we will all meet again. Edit, because there is either misinformation or shills in the comment section, I'll make a few explanations. This is an important post. Why is $800 the line? The highest call strike price of which I know of is $800. That means that as soon as we get close to $800, Every single naked call will have to be covered. That is the gamma squeeze. Okay, interesting. That's the highest call strike price. Why should the calls not be covered? If you believe in the squeeze and have 100 shares, you would not sell calls because that would rob you of your squeeze. If you believe in the squeeze and do not have shares, you would not sell calls because you would lose infinite money doing so. If you don't believe in the squeeze and have 100 shares, you would sell calls a lot lower than $800 strike price because you would generate more money doing so. If you don't believe in the squeeze and have 0 shares, you would sell calls with the strike price of $800 because doing so minimizes the risk of you being in the money, but you get paid nonetheless. This here is the reason a lot of these $800 strike price calls will not be covered and will have to buy shares. Edit 2. As was pointed out, there is no real clear line between the gamma and the short squeeze. At some point, they will happen at the same time and will fuel the rocket together. And that's a good theory. Once it hits 100K, I will confirm the short squeeze has started. If not, I'll keep holding on to my favorite stuff. Okay, this is the way. So that's all for today. Thank you very much, Diamond Hands, fellow apes. Apex investor? I don't know. I didn't plan it that way. I just wanted apex, like the peak of a mountain. But hey, apex? I like that pun. But thank you guys for your time. Please subscribe and like to my new channel, Apex Investor. I will put the link in the description for my new channel on my old channel, so you can migrate over there if you like, so you don't just watch stock market related videos, videos related to Wall Street bets, to GameStop, to AMC, to making money, but essentially making money through the stock market. Though I do discuss Bitcoin, I don't really focus on that. I mean, that's just something you buy and just wait for it to go to $1 million. You don't really talk about trading. You don't look at, yeah, we do mention it in passing that, yeah, it dropped to, I think, 50,000 today, but then went back up to 60,000 because, it doesn't, never closes. Bitcoin never closes. It's trading 24/7. So it may fluctuate here and there, but it eventually just goes up and up and up. And the way that the economy is going, the way that it's going with money being printed like there's no tomorrow. It's only going to go to the moon. It's only going to hit 1 million. It's inevitable with only 27 million Bitcoin in circulation, very limited quantity compared to the trillions and trillions of dollars being printed out all over the world in different governments and countries. So thank you again for your time, and we'll see you next time. We'll see you tomorrow after the stock market closes. This is Apex Investor signing out.